Let's see, are we live? I think we are live. Okay. Hello? Hi, everyone. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. I was having some trouble getting things set up, so sorry that I am a few minutes late today. But hello, and I hope you are all having a lovely Sunday. I just realized that I left my little notebook that has my choice awards. So I will be right back. I'm gonna grab my notebook really quick. I'll just let you watch Peanut while I'm gone for just a second. Okay. Sorry about that. I forgot my notebook. Everything is a little bit funky today because I was watching the French Open. I don't know if anyone's a tennis person. I was watching the finals of the men's singles French Open right up until this live started. It just now finished. And for some reason, this part of, I don't know if I need this or not, but part of my live stream thing won't log in or something. I don't even know what I'm like just technically advanced enough to get by on certain things, but not always with everything. So I'm just going to finish trying to log into this part of the live stream that I think I'm supposed to. But okay, I can see your chats. Hi everyone, happy Sunday. Hope you are all doing well. Hello. Okay, you can see and hear me. That's good because the past two live streams, I have managed to start them and not have my audio working, but I remembered to do that part of it today as well. So, progress. We're getting a tiny bit better at them, a little bit, slowly but surely. Okay, let's see if it will let me finish doing what I was trying to do really quick. Okay, 1 second, sorry y'all. There's like a certain panel that is helpful for me to have open to be able to tell like what's going on with the stream and everything, but yeah. Okay, hello. I'm confused. You have a different shirt on than in the thumbnail. Yeah, that image was from a few days ago. So I just used it so that I could create a thumbnail and be able to let y'all know at least a few hours in advance that this was going to happen. Yeah, but Peanut is here with us today, napping. Yeah. Oh, this didn't end up working. Okay. We're struggling here. Okay. One last step that I have to do. But hello and welcome to the June live stream. I'm excited because we're going to do some choice awards again this month. I didn't do them last month, and I'll explain what they are if you're new or if you haven't joined for a live stream before. But yeah, okay. This thing is being so odd, but oh well. I don't think I need this panel anyway. Maybe? Okay. Whatever. It seems like everything is working fine without the panel that I thought that I needed open, but I digress. Hi Alex, and thank you for the super chat. Will you react to F1 with Brad Pitt, who also produces it alongside Jerry Bruckheimer. I mean, probably eventually. I don't know why not. I feel like that would probably be a fun one. That does sound like a movie that, even though I have no interest in Formula One, I know that it's, gotten really big over the past few years, at least like in the States and everything. But it does seem like it would be such a cool movie to see in the theaters. But I probably won't, because it just doesn't actually like pique my interest enough to want to. And it seems like it could be a fun one to save to watch for the first time for the channel and everything. So yeah, I mean, very likely. Why not? Oh yeah, if y'all want to say where you're tuning in from, that's always fun. This is a town or a city that I don't think I've even heard of. Shakopee, Minnesota. Cool. Hello, everyone. And welcome. Yeah. Do any of y'all watch tennis? Is anyone in this live stream? Do any of you watch tennis or enjoy tennis? I really enjoy playing tennis, watching tennis, and there were some good finals this weekend for the French Open singles, both yesterday and today. So yeah, but I'm just curious if anyone else enjoys tennis. Oh, it is an IMAX movie. Okay, it's going to be awesome in IMAX. The sound design and Hans Zimmer's soundtracks are going to be insane. Yeah, I bet. I know. That's why it seems like it would be so cool to watch it in the theater, but I don't think it's one that I will probably go out of my way to watch it in the theater, so I probably won't end up seeing it in the theaters. I did end up seeing recently in the theaters, I watched Sinners, which, I mean, I know there's a lot of cinephiles here, so a lot of you probably have already seen Sinners, but if you have, drop your opinions of Sinners in the chat, if you want to, because what a freaking cool movie that was. That was amazing. Yeah. Hi from NorCal, hi from Atlanta, Georgia, hi from Indianapolis, Indiana, Lancashire, UK. I hope I said that right. Topeka, how do you say it? Topeka, Kansas? Richmond, North Yorkshire in the UK. Cool. Okay, we've got some UK friends here. I try to, as much as I can, schedule a stream for a pretty universal time, because I know that there are a decent bit of people in Europe, as well as, the West Coast of America and everything, and I'm in Eastern time zone. So luckily for me, that's a pretty neutral time zone to be able to accommodate those other times. But yeah, I try to not make them too late for, UK time, but I know that it's getting up there. It's getting close to bedtime, I would guess, for a lot of y'all in the UK. But okay. Oh yeah, so instead Coco Gauff, she was the winner of the match yesterday, the women's singles finals, which was a really good match, and she played so well. And she's an American, and she's from Atlanta, which is where I'm from. And so I was really excited to see her win. She played so well. And then literally up to the minute of needing to start this stream, which is part of why I was a tiny bit late, I was watching the men's singles finals, and Alcaraz just won, which is another player that I really like. So that was definitely fun to watch, and very satisfying that both of the people that I was rooting for ended up winning. So yeah. But okay, what did you think of Sinners? I loved it. It was so cool. I really wanted to make sure that I saw it in the theaters before it left theaters, because I've been hearing that just the theatrical experience of it is supposed to be amazing. I didn't see it in IMAX, which I know that that was an option and that they did film it for IMAX and everything, but I did see it in a movie theater, at least, with really amazing movie theater sound systems, which I think is just really, really something that is just integral to that movie, is needing to really hear the sound design of it, which is phenomenal. What? Phenomenal. Yeah, it's so good, the sound design of Sinners. Especially that one scene / shot, because it is one shot, and I won't spoil too much if you haven't seen it, but the one shot where the sound design changes a lot throughout was just so incredible, and I thought it was really cool how they incorporated that into just the overall story of like the folklore and everything too, of what was going on in it, and it was just amazing. And Michael B. Jordan, oh my goodness, he was so good. He was so good, and getting to look at him, 2 versions of him on screen, I mean, nobody's complaining. But I mean, the story was really creative. I just loved the use of music throughout. Really, really great acting performances, a fun ensemble cast. I love anytime that an ensemble cast is pulled off well, because sometimes I feel like big ensemble movies can feel overwhelming and just like there's just so much going on. But sometimes they're done well, and it's just, yeah, you don't feel overwhelmed with the amount of characters and storylines. So, yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna catch up with what y'all are talking about a little bit, and then we'll get started in the Choice Awards for the past 2 months, really. But, okay, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We've got some movie recommendations. What country are you from? I'm from the US. The USA. Okay, hello from Florida. Rome, Georgia. Okay, did you play tennis? I did play tennis growing up. And then I've started to play it again as an adult just for fun, not like any formal matches or anything, but just for fun a lot. And I love it. Pickleball is really fun. I mean, pickleball, tennis. Pickleball popped in my head because I was about to also say that I've started to play pickleball a little bit too, which is really fun because I have friends who have never played tennis, but, have picked up pickleball and enjoy playing pickleball a little bit and everything too. So it's nice to be able to play pickleball with friends because not everyone plays tennis, and it just is a little bit more difficult to pick up than pickleball necessarily is. So yeah. Okay. Hello everyone. Hey Camilla, when are you gonna post on Letterboxd again? I actually literally just logged a movie on Letterboxd like 30 minutes ago because I also watched The Big Lebowski today for the channel and everything. But I don't usually put like a full review on Letterboxd or anything unless I really feel like it. I've just been using it to at least track my movies so that y'all can, be able to see that as well. So I usually just say watched. Sometimes I put a rating if I feel like it. But I don't usually put a whole review, but I think that even just me putting, like, saying that I watched it with the little eyeball, I'm pretty sure that still pops up on feeds and lets, if you follow someone on Letterboxd, I think you still see that someone watched something. You just don't see, what they thought because they didn't put, how many stars or anything. So, yeah. But I think I'm consistently posting on it. I don't think I've forgotten any of the movies that I've watched recently. Forgotten to put them up on there. Okay. Let me catch up. It just refreshed. Oops. Okay. Justice League ensemble live action movie Catching Strays. I haven't seen that, so I definitely wasn't trying to throw any shade towards. I didn't really even have any specific movie in mind, but that just can be a thing sometimes, or even with shows sometimes with ensemble casts. It just can sometimes feel like, it sometimes can feel like just overwhelming with too many characters, or when, not all the characters are done well or whatever. Germany. Okay, hi from Germany. Will you watch The Shining eventually? Yeah, absolutely. I really want to see The Shining. Probably, maybe I will save it for, around Halloween time, I would guess. So, yeah, but I do want to see The Shining. I know that it's supposed to be a really scary movie, but, I'm down. I want to see it. I'm super duper down. But I know that it is, there's so many Halloween movies, but I know that that's, a good one to watch around Halloween, so I'll probably wait until the fall, I think. But I do want to, that is one that I do really want to watch, so I will definitely, probably, hopefully, lots of qualifiers there, but I do hope to watch it soon, and hopefully this year, and all of that. Okay. Warm greetings from Central Europe and the Czech Republic. Okay, wow, we've got people all over today. That's super cool. Thank you so much for being here and for joining for the live. I try to do a live once a month, typically, and within them, I often do my Camilla's Choice Awards, which we're about to hop into a little bit. But I went live last month, but I didn't do the Choice Awards just because now I'm joking. If you didn't know, I work in the film industry and I'm currently on a job, so it just is taking me a longer amount of time to edit all of my YouTube videos. So there weren't as many videos uploaded to be able to choose from the previous months. So now that we have April and May, which wasn't that many uploads at all, a very low amount of uploads. So I am, sorry to my friends on YouTube for the low amount of uploads on YouTube. I will say I'm completely consistent on Patreon. So if you're interested at all, I'm way ahead of what you're seeing on YouTube. I'm seeing so many more things that are just exclusively on the Patreon right now, and I will be editing them and putting them on, putting them on YouTube eventually, but it's just taking me a while when I'm working 60-hour work weeks. I don't typically edit at the end of a work day just because it's hard for me to get into the flow of editing. It's easier for me to edit for a reaction video when I'm able to sit down and at least do a really big chunk at a time, like 2 to 4 hours of editing, which isn't enough time for a full video. It takes me like 10-ish total hours, maybe 12 to edit. A movie, at least, the TV shows take a lot less amount of time. But anyway, all of that, that whole ramble is just to say that we only have 4 videos that were uploaded in April and May on my channel. Again, apologies, but, we'll get back up to a better schedule eventually. I definitely want to, once my film job wraps up soon. But those were Band of Brothers episodes 9 and 10, and then The Substance and Good Will Hunting. So of the movies or TV shows that I watched within both April and May for this Choice Awards, I'll be giving out some little awards that I made up for them. So that is what we're going to be starting in just a moment here, and I will, let you know what all of the categories are and everything. But okay, let me The dude, yes. I intimately know the dude very well now after spending 2 hours with him. Yeah, The Big Lebowski. I won't spoil too much, but it was a lot of fun. Okay. Didn't see Sinners. So tired of vampire movies. I will say, I'll give Sinners a little plug because all I knew going into it was that it was supposed to be a vampire movie, and the vampire aspect of it was a lot of fun, but it was not really about that at all. And it doesn't come into play for a while as well. It doesn't feel like a vampire movie. Like, I wouldn't call it a vampire movie. It was just excellent. I would encourage you, if you think that it's not for you because of vampires, I think you might be proven wrong, maybe, because it's not as vampire-y as you might think it is. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Alex. Speaking of tennis, will you react to Challengers? My girlfriend and I saw it in Dolby Cinema last year, and we both enjoyed it. I have actually seen Challengers. So before I started this channel, I watched Challengers just at home after it had come out, and it was definitely really fun. I was very excited to see a tennis movie, a movie about tennis, and I was so excited that there was one that was very much so in the limelight, and got a lot of, appreciation last year, and a lot of people were watching it and talking about it and everything. So yeah, I did see it. I liked it a lot. It had gotten hyped up so much that I think that I expected just something else from it, something a little bit more from it. But I think that if I hadn't heard all of the hype ahead of time, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more, because from what everyone talking about it was saying, it was sounding like it was just all of these people's new favorite movie and everything. But I did really enjoy it a lot. Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely a fun one. Will you react to the Blade Runner films? Yeah, probably. There's just so much to see, you guys. There is so much to see, including Back to the Future. I see that on here. There's so much to see, and so we're gonna get to it. But yeah, I do want to see Blade Runner movies, for sure. Okay. You would love Cabin in the Woods for Halloween. Okay, I've heard of that one. And I always mentally get it mixed up in my head with Knock at the Cabin, which is the M. Night Shyamalan film that came out like a few years ago now, I guess. And I enjoyed that. But I know that Cabin in the Woods is something else. I didn't understand everything, but you work in the movie business. Sorry, I went on a very random tangent, and I definitely didn't give all the information necessary, but I do work in film. One of the first movies that I worked on was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and so that was also a reason that I was super excited to see Sinners. It was obviously a Ryan Coogler, same writer, same director, another Ryan Coogler film, and all of that. I was really excited to see what he ended up doing after Wakanda Forever, because I was lucky enough to work on Wakanda Forever. Losing my train of thought. Oh yeah, but I work in the film industry. I have recently been working on mostly TV shows because I'm a prop buyer. So that is a job that is more typically needed on a TV show, because you're actively filming and actively prepping another episode a lot of the time, or episodes. And so I do a lot of the logistics in the prop department, a lot of the accounting. I do a lot of buying as well, and going to prop houses and everything. But yeah. So yeah, I'm a prop buyer, and it just is, when I started this channel, I was in between jobs, so I had a ton of time for watching movies and editing my reactions, so I was able to have a pretty consistent upload schedule at first. And now that I'm working full-time 60-hour weeks, It's a little difficult on the editing end of things. I'm really able to get in my watch time pretty well. And I'm watching a movie a week and an episode of TV a week over on the Patreon. But yeah, for editing the YouTube videos, that's a different story. It's a little more difficult. Okay. I'll just go through these for just one other second, and then I'm going to start the awards. Okay. Okay, can you tell us what you do in the film industry? I think I kind of answered that. Oh, a production coordinator. That's pretty cool. I would never want to do that. That seems like a hard job. What do you do between active jobs? Are you employed by a prop company? Essentially, most people who work on any movie or TV show, like on the on-set crew at least, we're all kind of contractors, you could consider it. And so I kind of stay with the same prop master a lot of the time, but that's not even necessarily typical all the time. Sometimes it is. Sometimes people hop around a lot more. But yeah, we're not like employed by some other company. We're just employed by whatever company, production company or studio is making the show or movie at the time. So yeah, it's basically like contracting. But because we're in the union, IATSE, we are able to like get health insurance and benefits through the union. So whenever you're on a show, now I'm talking about boring things, but whenever you're on a show, the production company pays into your healthcare funds and other things as well. So it's not completely like being what was the word I was looking for? And then it dropped out of my head. It is like being a contractor, but it's just there are some benefits because we're in a union. So that part's really good. Okay. Ooh, a great horror comedy film is the 1985 film Reanimator. Okay. Let me go ahead. Which actress do people say you look like most? I've heard a lot, and I think since I started this channel, I've heard Lily Collins a lot, which I think is just because we have similar eyebrows. I was always blonde growing up and through most of my life until the past few years, so I think that caused, inspired a lot of different comparisons sometimes. I'm trying to remember. I used to get so many different ones when I was younger, and especially when I was blonde. I don't know. I got like Cara Delevingne a lot because I've always had dark eyebrows, but I had blonde hair. So that was kind of similar to Cara Delevingne and her look, especially a little while back. She had that look a lot. Yeah, I feel like I've gotten some other ones recently too, but I don't know. Yeah, I am me. I look like myself. Okay. Will you record something else with Addie, please? I hope to. We both definitely hope to. We do live in different states, so it just takes some coordinating, and I have been able to see her briefly recently, but we haven't been able to, schedule like an actual time to be able to do that because it kind of has to be like a little weekend trip or something. But hopefully, I really do want to. Excited to see Severance Season 2, Episode 2 after this. Yay! Yeah, I uploaded Severance Season 2, Episode 2 on my Patreon today. So that full-length reaction is over there. But I finally started, I just uploaded the first episode of Severance of the first season last week over on this YouTube, over on here. And so that was super fun. Yeah, I'm excited to be able to, talk about Severance with an even broader crowd and everything as well, because I'm loving that show so much. I've been editing this weekend my Jackie Brown reaction, which is months old at this point, but that will be the next video that goes up, most likely before the next episode of Severance. So just a little insider insight since you're here anyway. Hi Glenn, and thank you so much for the super chat, but you didn't leave a question or anything. So if you want to ask a question, go for it. But thank you so much, and thank you so much for being here. Okay, I'm going to, I'm gonna start the awards, but throughout I will touch base with y'all as well. Okay, but yeah. So if you weren't here a few minutes ago when I was starting to talk about it, this is the Choice Awards, Camilla's Choice Awards for the months of April and May, the videos that were uploaded onto YouTube in those months. So we're eligible to talk about Band of Brothers episodes 9 and 10, The Substance, and Good Will Hunting. And I have maybe about 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I have 10. That's a good number. I have 10 categories here of awards that I will hand out to all of our respective movies or characters within movies. So anyway, here are the awards that we'll be going through. Okay, so we have Tissue Box Movie, Most Quotable, Standout Character, Your Shoelaces Are Untied, No Blinking, Best Worst Villain, Mr. Misunderstood, Favorite Ending, Camilla's Oscar, and Peanuts Pick. So, there are like 2 of them that I actually didn't even come to a conclusion on. So we'll come to a conclusion on them together. Okay, let's start. Okay, so Tissue Box Movie, and that is just what was the most tearjerker, of what we watched. And that one I feel like has to go to both Band of Brothers episodes 9 and 10. Like, they both kind of deserve that. Episode 9 is a tearjerker for, obvious reasons. Episode 10 is just a tearjerker once we finally get to the end and we kind of get that moment with all of the guys and seeing the narration where we hear what they ended up doing with their lives and everything, and the reveal of who all of the guys being interviewed were and everything, and that is a tearjerker as well. So Tissue Box Movie goes to just Band of Brothers as a whole, but both episodes 9 and 10 of Band of Brothers. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. Okay. Most quotable. Again, I know we didn't have much to choose from, but Good Will Hunting is obviously a very famous movie. But I feel like also pretty quotable. I feel like there were moments in that movie that I felt like I'd maybe heard the line before or something. I know that that's not where How You Like Them Apples originates from, or at least I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I don't think so though. But, How You Like Them Apples, I feel like that whole little skit is kind of just quotable in a way. Obviously, like, It's Not Your Fault and everything. I feel like there's just a lot of quotable moments within Good Will Hunting. So, yeah. Okay, the next one is an award that I actually didn't fully settle on yet because, the next one is Standout Character, and I hadn't fully settled on who I wanted to give that to yet, to be honest, because I was thinking I wanted to give it to Elizabeth, to Demi Moore. Couldn't think of her name. Demi Moore and The Substance, just because it was an outstanding performance just overall. But I like to give standout character to, you know, more of a supporting or featured character a lot of the time. But, I mean, that is what my heart wanted to go with, so I think I probably will go with her. Maybe also, if you've seen The Substance, I know that that one's not as, like, popular of a movie, but if you've seen it, the monster, spoiler alert, but the monster at the end, you know, the Eliza Sue or whatever, I feel like that could be a standout character too, and one of the most disturbing things that I've ever seen. So yeah, we'll give it to Eliza Sue. If you know, you know. And if you don't, you should watch The Substance. Okay. My next award is called Your Shoelaces Are Untied, which is just the name of the award. I just came up with that name because it's for any movie or show that just felt like the ending just didn't feel quite right. It didn't feel like all of the ends were tied up together. And honestly, I didn't really have one that I wanted fully to give it to. I have it as like halfway as Good Will Hunting, only because when it initially ended, I was so like, no, I wanted to see what was gonna happen once he got to California or whatever. And then, you know, once I thought about it a tiny bit more, I was like, no, that would have been so much worse if they followed his road trip and showed, you know, whatever happened with him, you know, going to Stanford and everything to seek out his lady. That wouldn't have been a good ending. But so it only just a tiny bit goes to Good Will Hunting because my initial reaction was like, no, why are they gonna get like that? But that's not, you know, with further reflection, that's not really what I necessarily think. So yeah. Okay. Let me see what is going on with y'all. Peanut is zonked out. Yeah, little sweet guy. He's having his afternoon nap, you know, cat life. It really is funny how it is dawn and dusk to a certain degree. I've kind of gotten him to not be super hyper too early in the morning. I feel like I've trained him, at least in my head I have, to not be, you know, getting the zoomies in the middle of the night. He really doesn't. But, you know, like 7 a.m. and then like 7 p.m., this guy, he's going crazy. He's got all the energy. But the middle of the day, yeah, that little yawn. He is just relaxing. Oh, and now you get to see his tummy. Okay, sorry. I know that you're not here for Peanut, but are you? You might be. I feel like you actually might be. Okay. Oh, buddy. Okay. Let me just see if there's anything else to catch up with really quick. Smile and Smile 2. What are you doing? Okay. Maybe I'll watch this for Halloween. I don't know. There's gonna be so much for my first Halloween on YouTube. I feel like there are some big ones to knock out of the park, and I feel like The Shining will definitely be one of them. Obviously, a lot of this I will also let my Patreon decide on polls and everything, but yeah, I think it's gonna be, I want to go for some of those big hitters, some of the really, really famous Halloween movies, because I haven't seen almost any of them. Any, like, horror movies especially. Haven't seen most of them ever. Okay. Okay. All right. I will just... Okay. How many times am I going to say okay? What's the next award? Oh, the next one is No Blinking, which is just my award for something that I was so enthralled in that I couldn't look away. And that one goes to The Substance, of course. I mean, that was one of my, well, I'll not say that yet, but but it just was so interesting. I feel like it was really creative and disturbing a lot. Like, once it gets disturbing, it just doesn't stop getting disturbing, and it's one of those things that it's like a crane crash that you just can't not watch. A crane, did I just say a crane crash? Did I combine train and car? I think I did. I don't even know what word I just said. Okay, moving on. Best worst villain, I'm going to give to Sue in The Substance. Again, without trying to spoil too much, I just think it was a really well crafted, like, dynamic between our heroine or anti-hero or whatever we want to call her, and then this other, force that we meet. Yeah, without hopefully spoiling too much. But again, I encourage you to see it so that we can talk about it freely. But yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, because I hate it when anybody spoils anything for me. Did you watch the Alien movies? No, but I really want to. I'm very aware of them, and I have a lot of friends that like them a lot, or like the first one a lot. I don't know for sure if all of them are, great, or if just some of them are great or whatever. But I know a lot of people who like them, so I do want to see it. Hi Lanny, and thank you so much for the super chat. She might have found a more stable future doctor and was tired of his rejection. Wait, what are we talking about? Have I already forgotten? What was I talking about? Something what? You've really stumped me, Lanny, because I'm not even positive. Oh, duh, Good Will Hunting. Oh my gosh. What is her name? Skylar? That's her name, right? Oh, Hunting. I think that's her name. Yeah, Skylar, Mini Driver. Okay. That really took me a second to figure out what you're talking about. I know, that's why we have to see the ending. That's why, I hope everything, works out for Will Hunting's favor, but, we don't know. We're just left there. We're left there. But I think no matter what, he's gonna figure it out, and that's, what they want you to leave with, but yeah. Okay. For Mr. Misunderstood, I gave that to Ben Affleck's character, which is Chucky. I had to look up what his name is, or that character. I forgot that his name was Chucky, but yes. Yeah, I feel like he was misunderstood by me for sure. Still at times I was wondering, are all of you really being very good friends to each other all the time? I don't know. But I know that a lot of people, I feel like I definitely saw a lot of people saying, like, this is so real for male friendships or whatever. So, maybe it just is the type of friendship that I don't fully get, but, a lot of the time I was really questioning all of his friends, but especially Chucky, questioning their intentions. Wasn't sure if they actually wanted him to be great and break out of their neighborhood and everything, until it gets to that point where you do end up knowing that, they do want a lot for him and everything. So yeah, he's misunderstood, I feel like, until they have that conversation, like at the construction site or whatever. But yeah, I definitely misunderstood him a little bit, I think. So he wins Mr. Misunderstood. Okay. Oh, Peanut. Look at this guy. He's so sleepy. Favorite ending, is the next award, and that goes to Band of Brothers episode 10. I mean, yeah, it just was a really well-rounded ending, and it was sweet, and I just loved the whole baseball game moment and getting to hear about all of their futures, and then that rolling into the interview reveals and everything, and it was a great ending. So, yeah. Hi Dave, thank you for the super chat. Don't hate me, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is that a horror movie? I feel like it is. I think it is. Let me look it up. I mean, we'll see. There are so many horror movies that I feel like I could turn into like a horror movie channel for a while with how much I haven't seen. Oh, this image is terrifying. Just the poster. Oh God. It like kind of gave me chills a little. Okay. Yeah, that looks scary. Okay, yeah, maybe. Okay. Have you seen Firefly series yet? No, I haven't. I know that a lot of people seem to like that series a lot, but I haven't seen it. And yeah, I haven't. But I had put it in, I think, my original poll that included, it included Band of Brothers in that poll, and Band of Brothers ended up winning. So yeah, so I probably will put it in a poll in the future, and I'm sure we will watch Firefly at some point because I've heard good things. I had no idea that show even existed before starting my Patreon and everything, and getting that suggestion a lot. Okay. I think I asked during your last live, but have you seen Black Klansman? Yes, I have. I think I saw it in theaters when it came out, and I really liked it. It was a very good movie. I feel like I haven't seen it ever since, but I remember at the time thinking it was up there with one of my favorite movies I've ever seen. But I would have to see it again because I really am so good at forgetting the details of movies a lot. And so I don't really remember why I loved it so much. I just remember that it was good, that it felt really well done. Just overall, the acting was great. The story was interesting. I feel like music was a big part of that one too, just in soundtrack, not necessarily in plotline the way that Sinners is. But I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I like Black Klansman a lot. Okay. Hi, Glenn. Glenn has a question now. Thank you so much for the super chat. Any interest in musicals? Moulin Rouge with Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor. I can never say his name right. Ewan McGregor. That's very hard to say because then you don't want to say the R in the next name. Is a beautiful love story. I have seen Moulin Rouge when I was in high school. So again, as someone who in the past has tended to forget a lot of details in movies, I feel like having this channel has helped me stay really focused, or at least as focused as I personally can be with movies. And yeah, so I feel like I'm able to remember the details a lot more of what I've watched for the channel and everything versus movies that I've seen in the past. So yeah, I have seen Moulin Rouge, but it was in high school, like on my laptop or something, just sitting in bed. Like, so definitely not the best viewing experience. Maybe we could watch it again. And I mean, if y'all didn't know, before I worked in film, I went to school for musical theater. I majored in musical theater. So that's actually right up my alley because I am at heart a musical theater girl, a musical theater lover. That actually just reminded me that the Tonys are on tonight too. Oh my gosh, there is so much going on. And so I probably will, if I can see if I'm able to watch that because I don't have like live TV. But yeah, I want to try to watch them tonight. I have to see how it's being premiered and everything. Okay. Oh, Ewan McGregor. I have heard that before. I just never remember that that's how you say his name. Ewan McGregor. It still is difficult to say the last name. Oh my gosh. Okay. But yeah, I mean, other musicals, maybe for sure. I do know that would be kind of difficult for making a YouTube cut just because of how much music, copyrighted music, obviously would be in there, and so how much distortion there would be. So, yeah, but I know, I mean, Moulin Rouge isn't quite as, I can't remember how much music is in Moulin Rouge exactly. And if you didn't know, Glenn or anyone else who likes Moulin Rouge, they made it into a musical on Broadway, which I haven't seen, but I've heard that it's wonderful. I'm pretty sure that it's still running, which is impressive because then it's been running for at least like 6 years, I think. Maybe 5. Definitely 5, I think, at least. Okay, anyway. We just have a few more, just 2 more awards. Okay. And so the next one is Camilla's Oscar. So my Oscar for, again, the eligible videos, movies, or TV shows are Band of Brothers, The Substance, and Good Will Hunting. My Oscar goes to The Substance. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I keep saying that. I really loved that movie. And it obviously, I think it's kind of funny having The Substance and Good Will Hunting, obviously completely insanely opposite types of stories in general, but I feel like one is very much so about and catered to the experience of women in the world to a certain degree, and then exaggerated a lot and everything. But then the other one, Good Will Hunting, is obviously very catered to a male point of view and a male experience in the world. Obviously, it's about both of them are about other things as well. But yeah, so I think that's kind of funny actually, that one, I don't know, it kind of feels like one's a girl movie, one's a boy movie. Not necessarily at all, but but anyway, mine goes to The Substance. Once again, encourage you to look into it if you haven't. Okay. Peanuts Pick is our final award. And so Peanuts Pick, if you didn't know, if you haven't been in one of our award ceremonies before, Peanuts Pick is basically, it can be anything. It could be just a character. It could be a object. It could be a movie. It could be a scene. It could be whatever. And so Peanuts Pick for this month's Choice Awards goes to Robin Williams and Robin Williams' Office, or I should say his character name, which, oops, I closed that tab. But let's see. What was that? Oh no. I'm making myself laugh. Sorry, holding. What is that? Oh, of course, Sean McGuire. Okay, yeah, Sean. Yeah, it goes to Sean and Sean's office. I feel like Peanut would love to just hang out in Sean's office specifically. And I think that he would just love to cozy up with Robin Williams. And I mean, that character, Sean, was always wearing the softest, coziest clothing. And Peanut loves to cuddle up with someone when they're wearing like a sweater or something. And so I think he would love Robin Williams, Sean McGuire, and his office, that particular set and everything. Okay. So yeah, those are all of the awards actually. So we are done with Camilla's Choice Awards for the month of June, but the awards for April and May. Yeah, it's kind of like how the Academy Awards is always the teensiest bit confusing, because obviously the awards from, this year were for the previous year. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. It's Peanut's world. Camilla just lives in it. That is so true. If it's Camilla's corner, who owns the rest of the room? Peanut. Yep. Yeah. Oh, Tony Awards are on Paramount Plus. If you have it, I do. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna be able to watch it in the background tonight. That'll be fun. Yay! I'm excited. Yeah. Is anyone else gonna watch the Tonys tonight? I wonder. Is anyone else invested in the theater world at all? I'm gonna hang out for a bit longer. If people have any questions or anything, I'm gonna just scroll back up through and see if I missed much at all. But yeah, thanks for thanks for joining me for the little awards portion. Okay, let me see. What have I missed? Oh yeah, I'm seeing The Exorcist. Ooh. I really don't know what it is about at all. I just have heard that it's one of the scariest movies ever, is what I've always heard. And I mean, listen, I think I could do it. I think I can handle it. But yeah. Will I still be apprehensive? Probably. I watched Jaws last weekend, which is live on my Patreon now. But even that scared me a little at times, and I didn't expect it to scare me in the slightest. So maybe I am a little bit easier to scare than I necessarily thought. But those were really more so, I guess, kind of jump scares, just the moments that I got a little frightened, I think. Yeah. Okay, I'm just scrolling. Oops, it refreshed. Okay. Peanut's pick is just the bird scenes from Planet Earth every week. That's true. I have before. You can, if you didn't know, if you type in like cat TV on YouTube, it comes up with all these different nature videos, primarily of like birds a lot of the time, and it has those sounds and everything. And I've put it on for Peanut before, and it's pretty funny. I mean, I've never seen a cat not get obsessed with the TV when you put cat TV on. They actually really do watch it. They actually will attack your TV sometimes. So I can't put it on unsupervised for him anymore. But he loves some cat TV. And maybe I should put on some for him later. Because we haven't done that in a little while. Because the last time we did it, he was getting pretty crazy trying to get the birds on the television. But yeah, it could be a fun thing to do with your cat if you have a cat. What kind of cat is Peanut? I don't know. I just got him at the shelter. He definitely is a gray tabby, but that's not necessarily the actual type. Do you want to wake up? I don't want to disturb you, but if you want to show off what you look like a little more, he is very like white on his little underbelly. Oh, hey. I don't know. I think he's like British short hair, American short hair or something. He definitely is, a short hair cat. He's very gray on the top. When he was younger, he was a lot more of a light gray with like a lot of stripes. But now it's, especially on camera at least, it's a lot darker of a gray on camera. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if he has any like Maine Coon in him, because his ears are huge and have always been huge since he was a baby. He always had these like disproportionately ginormous ears. So yeah. Do you have another cat named Jelly? I've actually thought about it if I ever did get another cat. Well, actually, no, I more so thought about naming the other cat Butter. or like Butters or something. I have a friend who has a cat named Butters, so then it might be too similar to that cat's name. But I mean, Jelly, that could be cute. Peanut was just his name in the shelter, and I just thought it was a really cute name, and I didn't really, feel super inclined to name him anything else, so I just kept it. Isn't that right? But yeah, if y'all have any guesses as to what breed he is, I mean, I don't know. I think he's just a little mutt. Yeah, he's just a tabby. Okay. "12 Angry Men." "The Exorcist" is more disturbing than scary. "Poltergeist." What's your favorite thing that's ever happened on a Tuesday? I don't know. My favorite thing that ever happened on a Tuesday. I don't know. I don't really document my memory in that way of knowing, of at least always knowing what day of the week it is, when something had happened. Because, I mean, I know that a lot of books and even movies sometimes, I feel like, well, the narration will be like, "It was a rainy Tuesday," or something. So I feel like that's something that books will do a lot that are not always true to life and fully remembering the day of the week, unless it's something super significant. But I don't know. Nothing is coming to my mind. I did sprain my ankle on a Tuesday a few weeks ago, so that wasn't fun. Not my favorite thing. But yeah. "All the President's Men." New award, "Least favorite government official goes to the mayor," from Jaws. So true. That guy, I don't like him. Okay. Oh, apparently I talked about my cat too much. Oops, sorry. But not sorry. Okay. "My cat loved cat TV. Yay." Since you brought up Ben Affleck, will you react to Armageddon and Pearl Harbor? Probably at some point. I fully plan to, keep this going as long as I can. And yeah, I really enjoy having this channel and having this incentive to make myself watch all of these new movies and everything. And so I feel like we'll end up getting to a lot of stuff eventually. It really is just, what are we getting to the soonest? Who knows? Oh, that reminded me. I think I saw someone ask if I've seen Back to the Future, which I haven't. I don't think I answered that. I have pet rats. Wow, that's fun. That's very fun. Okay. Hey, Camilla and chat. I'm guessing cat. Okay, yeah, people are saying The Exorcist is not as scary and more disturbing, so that's very interesting. Okay. Y'all know how to get me smiling, how to get a laugh out of me, because yeah, basically bring up Peanut. But when you react to movies with headphones, you should put Peanut on another chair with small headphones. That's a wonderful idea. And I'm sorry to the person typing in a language that I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what you're saying, but yeah, sorry. Oh, Peanut's licking me. Dumbo would have been a good name for the big ears. That's true. Oh, that would be so cute. But yeah. But he's just such a peanut to me now. My cat is Maya. Aw, tell Maya I say hi. Okay. Oh, you meant chat as in YouTube chat. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for clarifying. Okay. Did you ever check out any behind the scenes or making of stuff for Lord of the Rings? As a prop person, I think it would be pretty cool for you. I didn't actually. I didn't end up, I wasn't sure where to find that stuff. And then I'm pretty sure that I ended up seeing or I think someone kindly informed me that you can find a lot of it on YouTube, and it's just kind of like different segments and stuff, which I mean, I can definitely watch them on my own. I just thought that I would try to do it and watch some of it for my Patreon, like exclusively, and then I wasn't sure. Yeah, I just wasn't sure what I needed a link or something because I wasn't sure what the right ones to watch were. But anyway, oh, Peanut is he? Oh yeah, Peanut does guard the house when I'm out. Yes. Okay. Oh gosh. Look at him. Aww. Okay. Well, I will slowly wrap this up. I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping this up at least. Thank you for spending a little bit of your Sunday with me though. Oh, I ran the text through Google Translate and it's probably best you don't know. Oh God. Great, cool. Yeah, yay, internet. But, oh, look who's awake. He's awake. Yeah, see? That's what I was saying. His belly's really nice. It's cute. But thank you for everyone in here for tolerating my cat talking. I'd be interested in your reactions. Like with everything else in those movies, they went all in with the props. Okay. Yeah, I will. I would be super interested in seeing it. I just wasn't sure if I was finding the right cuts of it and everything. Cause some of them were like split up, and then, yeah, I just wasn't sure what was like the real true behind the scenes, like from the actual studio or from the Lord of the Rings people or anything like that. That's what I was kind of like hoping to find, which I didn't really fully find. But anyway, yeah, I definitely would want to see that though, because as you guys know, I loved Lord of the Rings. I wish that I could watch it again for the first time. It was just so good. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Thank you for spending part of it with me. And hopefully we'll probably be back next month with another live, maybe awards. We'll see. But yeah, hope you have a lovely